This video may not be accurate to what it is in the game right now because Brody's always updating it and changing it, so if there's any other patches to make this different, or if anything else happens, this video is relevant to the date on screen as of whatever I put up on screen. So one of my most popular videos is my legendary hunting guide that I did a year ago. It got 11,000 views. Like that is just insane. So I figured that wasn't that well executed, looking back at it, and I kind of wanted to update it, so here we go. Let's do this. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about every single location that you can find a legendary in. If the legendary doesn't exist in the game, it's not going to be covered. So why not? We can go over the best natures for these Pokemon as well, and probably the best IVs as well. I don't know. I'll see when I get to them. Alright, first off, some background information. Right now, the legendary rate, the standard legendary rate, is 1 in 125k, which means it's 1 in 125,000, which is a bit high, not gonna lie. I thought it was 1 in just 100,000, but apparently no, it's just 1 in 125k. Event legendaries are 1 in 100,000, and also, we'll just round it down, yeah, it's around 1 in 100,000 if you have enhanced items. Legendary in 2 times. This essentially means there's going to be a specific, like, weekend or something during the middle of an event, either the Easter event, summer event, Halloween event, or Christmas event. There's going to be a specific weekend where Brody will turn on 2 times legendary rate, and it's affected for literally everything. I believe it affects normal legendaries as well, but I'm not sure. Gold membership alone only lowers it down to 1 in 83,000, which is amazing. Anything below 100k is obviously great. Also, I've got one more thing to cover, which is legendary bait. Now, legendary bait is something that you can only get if you have the ancient key right here, and I have made a guide on it back a few months ago, I think. But yeah, I made a guide on how to get the ancient key, where you can find Pokemon to grind an ancient dungeon. But anyways, we are just essentially here to go and show you what it's going to be like to get legendary bait. This is probably not well executed, honestly, right now. I should start scripting these. I don't script any of my videos, I hope you know that. I really don't. So Ancient Dungeon is in Dewford Town. You go through 106 and there's Granite Cave. Granite Cave, you go up the little stairs and you can go into Ancient Cave. Ancient Cave, you just go around, and in the middle, this right here, this is Ancient Dungeon. Ancient Dungeon is just... it's a mess, honestly. It's so hard to grind here, but it's so worth it. Just because there's an item called Legendary Bait that you can combine with other items to give you a higher chance in encountering a legendary. For example, let's say that I want an Enhanced Waterstone. I've already got one, but that doesn't matter. Let's say I get a Legendary Bait drop, which is, by the way, it's 1 in 9,000 for the drop, and there are level 100s in here. So let's just, for example, say that this Shed Shell is legendary bait. If I want to have a higher chance in encountering Suicune, I could take my legendary bait, put it in the middle, and I could take 3 water stones, which are right here. So if I take 3 water stones, that should give me an enhanced water stone, which I already have one. Hunted it myself. Anyways, there are only specific legendaries that actually have enhanced items, those being the Latias twins, the 3 legendary birds, and the 3 legendary dogs. So if you don't want to hunt any of those, you just have to go in with high hopes, gold membership, and honey, and you'll be fine. At least I hope so. A lot of people get unlucky. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the recipes for any of the enhanced items. If you guys want to go hunt those, you can. And if you're thinking of buying legendary bait, it's like 18 mil on the market right now, so, you know, I mean, if you want to, you can, but I wouldn't advise it. I would just go hunt it myself. So I'm going to really quickly go over all the enhanced items that you can get and craft and what the recipes are. So for Entei, you want to craft an enhanced Firestone, which is just 3 Firestones and your legendary bait, which I have this placeholder here. For Suicune, I've already showed you, it's 3 Water Stones. And for Raikou, it's just 3 Thunderstones. You don't have to put it in this exact pattern, you just have to put it into wherever. For the Latias twins, you can use a Soul Shard with legendary bait, and you will get an enhanced Soul Shard. Soul Shards are 1 in 9,000 drops from any Pokemon in a swarm. They're fairly common, so you can pick one up from the global market for like at least 20 to 40k. And lastly, the legendary birds. Now, the legendary birds have specific items that you need to get them. You have feathers of Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. All you have to do is just combine them with the legendary bait. So if I just take this rose, let's just say that, and boom, you'll get an enhanced feather of Articuno, Moltres, or Zapdos. I'll tell you how to get the feathers once I get to those specific legendaries, so we're just gonna go ahead and start with Articuno, and let's do this. So first up is Articuno, and Articuno is fairly easy to get. You just have to be in Cinnabar Island, and you can surf all the way over to Seafoam Islands, and you can go on any floor, and you can go catch Articuno. You do need the feather to catch it, so you have to have something holding the feather. Let's just say that this black sludge is a feather. I have to make my Pokemon hold it before I can do anything. I can't encounter it without it. If I go to /Pokemon, you see it won't be in the encounter table at all because you don't have the feather yet. Now, to get the feather of any legendary birds, you need the specific type. Articuno is ice, Moltres is fire, and Zapdos is electric. So you basically can take any ice type and you will be fine. Just keep killing everything until one drops a feather. Feathers are 1 in 9,000 drop rate. So you just have to keep grinding for the feather and you'll be fine. You do not have to have an ice type to encounter Articuno, nor do you have to have a fire type or an electric type to encounter Moltres. You just need them to get the feather. You can grind with whatever Pokemon you want, so you can take like a Timid Sink or something to there and you can just go grind. Articuno feathers can be enhanced, obviously. Other than that, next is Moltres. So Moltres is on Cinnabar Island as well, but this time you have to go to Bill, and you have to go to one island, which is up here. You go to one island, and you go over here, and down this way towards Kindle Road, I believe. Yes. And what you have to do, keep surfing up, keep going up, and you will reach Mount Ember, which is where Moltres is. So we are here on Mount Ember. You can also encounter it in Mount Silver as well. This also works in Mount Silver Cave. There's like a little cave up above the waterfall that you can go to, and you can find Moltres in there. There's also a really good chest spawn there, so if you want to go pick up some chests and hunt Moltres at the same time, you can go there. What we're focusing on is Mount Ember. You do need a fire type to get the feather, so if I just like grab something random, if you've got a Charizard or just anything, you can go grind here. I believe it's Geodude and Spearow that are commons, so you can just keep grinding here, and you'll eventually get the feather drop. Feather drop's 1 in 9,000. And it can be enhanced. The best nurture for Moltres I would probably suggest is Timid, mainly because I don't really know what else you would use. So now on the last legendary bird, which is Zapdos. Also, all the legendaries are level 85, so if you expect to come out of Johto Elite 4 or something and go hunt a legendary, you might want to be prepared first, or Kanto Elite 4. I don't know how many people try to hunt after Kanto Elite 4, but you know what? Do what you want. So Zapdos is a little different compared to the other two. You actually do have to beat Johto Elite 4 to get access to Zapdos. So what you want to do is you want to go to Cerulean City and go to Route 9, which is down here. And what you want to do is you want to go to the end of this route and surf down to the power plant. Yep, right here. You just have to surf down and you can go to the power plant. You do have to beat Johto Elite 4 for one reason, and that's because you can't access the basement of the power plant until you beat Johto Elite 4. So, I think it's all the Johto badges. It's one of the two, but I'm not sure. You have to have an electric type to get a feather drop, but you can't get a feather drop in the normal power plant. You have to go to the basement to get the feather drop. So you have to go down here. And this is the basement right down here. As you can see, a lot of people are hunting for Zapdos. I think there's honey here as well. But yes, you have to have an electric type lead. Magnezone works great if you're into that. Voltorbs and Emolgas are common here. I should know, I've hunted here. For Zapdos' nature, I would opt for either bold or timid. My buddy Paul, aka Kiva1990, has a bold one. I personally opted with timid and I got it. So that's fun. Feather drops are 1 in 9,000. They can be enhanced. Moving on to the legendary dogs. So the legendary dogs can be found in Blackthorn City. What you have to do is you have to surf up here. I should probably use a max repel. And you have to go into Dragon's Den. And you can go down here to the right. Surf this way. And this is Mossy Cave over here. Mossy Cave. You need 350 Pokemon in your Pokedex. Caught. You don't have to... Seen is different. Caught. Owned. You have to have them caught. It's not too hard, but you do have to catch a lot of ERs and such. Maybe not a lot of ERs, but definitely you have to catch a lot of VRs and rares, which might be hard for some people, but for people like me, you kind of grind and you do it. So we're going to show you how to get Suicune first, and then we're going to go on to Raikou and Entei. But here we go. So this is Mossy Cave. If you go over here and you go up this way. This is Mossy Water. I've been hunting here for the past couple months for Suicune. Haven't had any luck yet. There'll be a video up on that once I get it, so that's fun. If I go to Slash Pokemon here, as you can see, Legendary Suicune, you don't have to have anything to go and get Suicune. The enhanced item isn't needed, nor do you have to have a Water Stone held. You can just run in here and encounter a Suicune. For Suicune, I would definitely go either Bold or Timid. I would probably go Bold, because Bold is a lot of fun to play with if you want to stall people out. You don't need any special items for any of these other legendaries. You can go in and get them. I believe this is Thunder Cavern down here, right? Yes, this is Thunder Cavern. So if you go to Slash Pokemon, again, they're kind of all the same. They're just kind of in like a little triangle at the top of Mossy Cave. You don't really need anything special for Raikou, but you can use the enhanced item. You would probably go with Timid Nature for Raikou, but I don't really use any of the legendary. I haven't used any legendary dogs yet because I don't have any. But yes, I would probably go with Timid for Raikou. This is Mossy Cave Fire Cavern, where you can catch Entei in here. You don't need any other special items. You can go to Slash Pokemon, as you can see. You can encounter an Entei. You can just run in here, encounter one. For the nature for it, I would probably go with Adamant, just because that's what Smogon told me, so I don't really know. No, you don't have to have any special items or anything in here. You can go in with the Enhanced Firestone, but that's about the only buff you're going to get, besides Gold Membership and Honey. So this is the Legendary Dogs. I'm going to show you where you can get the Lottie Duo. And if you just go down to this little blue card here, if you've beaten Hoenn Elite Four, you have to beat Hoenn Elite Four to get this card. You double click it, and it's down here. Latios was last seen in Route 110. Latias was last seen in Route 116. You can go to those routes without any special items or anything, and you can go catch one of these. You can go in there with the Enhanced Soul Shard to increase your chances. They can be encountered both on land and surfing, so you don't have to worry about what land you're on. So the next three legendaries I'm going to be talking about are the Lake Trio, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. I don't really see a point in hunting for Uxie and Mesprit, but Azelf's pretty good and competitive, but what do I know? So how do you get these? Well, you have to beat Sinnoh Elite Four, and you get this red ticket here called the Lunar Ticket, and if you double click on that, it'll show you where they last were. There are no enhanced items for these. You have to go in and just try to find them. You can't increase your chances or anything. For both Latias and Latios, I would go Timid. For Uxie and Mesprit, you would want to go with Timid, but for Azelf, you want to go Jolly, due to, I think it's a suicide lead or something, I'm not sure. I don't really know competitive, I'm just looking this stuff up on Smogon, so I hope I'm getting these right. So these next three Pokemon are only unlockable after you beat Sinnoh Elite Four. So if you go to any Sailor, and you go to Sinnoh, there are three locations: Battle Zone, New Moon, and Full Moon. New Moon has Darkrai, Full Moon has Cresselia, and Battle Zone, which is technically this whole island up here. If I go to Sinnoh, this whole island technically, but you can run up to Stark Mountain, and that's where you can find Heatran. These don't have any enhanced items for these, so you can't really go in and with an enhanced item and hunt these. For Darkrai and Heatran, I would definitely go Timid. You can also run Modest on Heatran if you want to have more attacking power. For Cresselia, I would like to go Bold, mainly because Smogon told me to. I don't know. I don't use Cresselia, so that's fun. So I can't actually show you this next one because I don't have access to it yet, and that is Manaphy, which is 500 Pokemon in your Pokedex. I only have 423. But essentially what it is, here's the Mossy Key one down here, by the way, 350. If you go down here, which is the Castle Key, Collector 4, 500 Pokemon. I have to get that in order to essentially even find where Manaphy is. But it is in Ends Castle in Unova Victory Road, and I'll probably show a map up on screen real quick right now because I haven't been there, so I don't know this. And the best nature for it is going to be Timid. So the next one is going to be Mew, which is 125 Elite tokens from the Elite Shop. You have to buy the old C map. And once you have that, you can go over at any Sailor, and I don't have one, so I can't really show you this, but if you go to any Sailor and you go to the Hoenn tab, and there should be right here, there should be Faraway Island for 50k. Mew does change maps every single day, so you can either check the Discord, or you can go find it yourself, but do be aware that he does change maps every day. That applies to every single one of these roaming Pokemon, including the Lake Trio and the Lottie Duo. When the reset happens is dependent on the time in game, so if you go /time, whenever this thing hits 0, is when it resets. That's also when Altering Cave resets. So the next legendary we're going to go over is where to get Shaymin. Now Shaymin, I think you can get Shaymin right after, I think you can get it before you beat the Sinnoh Elite Four. I'm not sure. I'll probably put it up on screen if I correct myself. I think I was right, but I'm not sure. So what you have to do to get Shaymin is you have to go all the way to Sinnoh Victory Road. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in here. Let me use a Max Repel real quick. You're going to go in here. I'm just probably going to speed this part up because it's basically just going through Sinnoh Victory Road, but you have to take an alternate path, and I will show you that once I get there. Alright, so we've made it through Sinnoh Victory Road, and this is the alternate path that you're going to take. You're going to go up these stairs, and you are going to go in here, and it's not that much of a maze. You just kind of have to go through, and you'll be fine. So I'll go ahead and speed this part up as well. If you guys want to go and slow it down, I don't care. Just go ahead and do that. Alright, we made it through Sinnoh Victory Road. What we have to do now is we have to go up this route, which is 224, and you just have to keep going up. You'll reach Seabreak Path, and you'll be good. This is Seabreak Path right here. You don't have to have any special items to encounter Shaymin. Shaymin also doesn't have any enhanced items, so you don't have to worry about that. And for Shaymin's nature, I would go Timid. So for these next 3 legendaries, you do need a specific mining level, and that's because they are only encounterable by mining. And those are the 3 Regis: Regice, Regirock, and Registeel. Regigigas is in the game, but currently there's only 1, and that's through world bosses. It's a very tough Pokemon to get, and you're probably not likely to get it anyways. So these do have different rates than the other legendary Pokemon because they have slower encounters. So the base mining legendary rate is 1 in 48k, which can be reduced to 1 in 37,000 if you get Dark Rocks, and if you're doing Rainbow Rocks, you can go 1 in 18,000. Rainbow Rocks and Dark Rocks give you a boost in encounter rates, so I'd probably just go mining and Dark Rocks or Rainbow Rocks and get those. Currently, I don't have a mining level of 75, I only have 71, but I will hope to hunt those in the future. For Regice, you want Modest, for Regirock, you want Impish, and for Registeel, you want Calm. Go follow Paul on Twitch, guys, link in the description. Also, there's probably going to be a bunch of other better YouTubers in the description, so go sub to them. Seriously, they're a lot better than me, trust me. Before we get into the last part of this video, I'm going to take a minute to address the legendary Pokemon that are only obtainable through events. These events only happen on specific weeks, and you can only get these for a limited time. They'll come back every year, and I don't think they're going to be changing anytime soon, because I think that Brody said something about having the legendary Pokemon locked in or something. I don't know. But currently, the 4 legendary Pokemon that you can get through events are Celebi, Volcanion, Yveltal, and Xerneas. Celebi is only obtainable in the Easter event, which only happens around April. Volcanion happens in the summer event, and the summer event is some week in July. He changes it frequently. I don't know the correct spot. For Volcanion, you want Timid. Actually, for all of these, you want Timid. Why don't I just say that? All of them, you want Timid. Yveltal can only be found in the Halloween event, which happens around Halloween. And for Xerneas, you can only find him in the Christmas event, which happens around Christmas. All of them you want Timid, none of them have enhanced items. Let's go on to the final part of this video, which is Prize Shop Pokemon. So first, we're going to go over Battle Tower Pokemon. Battle Tower is on Island 7. If you go to the Prize Exchanger here, they will be able to sell you 3 legendary Pokemon, 2 for 25,000 tokens and 1 for 35,000, Zygarde, Hoopa, and Cobalion. Cobalion is also in the Prize Shop for the PvP arena, but we'll get to that in a second. And Hoopa's also in the Battle Queue Prize Shop, so there's really no point in doing this. At least in my opinion, you can do whatever you want. For Zygarde, you want Adamant. For Hoopa, you want either Modest or Timid. And for Cobalion, you obviously want Jolly. So we're here in Vermilion City, and the PvP shop is over here. This is the PvP arena right here. And if you go to this Prize Exchanger right here, they will sell you a Deoxys for 7,500 PvP tokens and a Cobalion for 4,000 PvP tokens. Personally, I would go with Deoxys just because Deoxys, it's so OP. It's so OP. It's so good in Ancient Dungeon, and it's just amazing. I believe for Deoxys, you want Mild, I think is the nature. It's either Mild or Naive. I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to go Mild with my sync if I get this. That's for Attack Deoxys. If you want normal Deoxys, I would probably just say go Timid or Naive, one of the two. But let's move on to Clan Wars. Up again in Vermilion City. Clan Wars is also going on right now, so there's going to be a lot of people in here. Maybe not. No, they're all in the fighting area. So if you want to go up here, there are 2 legendary Pokemon that you can get from here, which are Keldeo and the normal Kyurem. You can't fuse Kyurem because Zekrom and Reshiram don't exist, so you only have the base form Kyurem. Both of these want Timid. Keldeo goes for 5,500 and Kyurem goes for 3,000. These are Clan War tokens, by the way, that I'm talking about. Both of these you want Timid, and let's move on to the last little bit of this, which is Battle Queue. I also completely forgot to mention, you can also get Virizion, in the Elite Shop. It's for 150 Elite tokens instead of 125. The best nature for Virizion is Jolly. So the last part is Battle Queue, and there's 2 other legendary Pokemon after Battle Queue that I'm going to go over, but for now, if you go to Battle Queue, which is this little thing down here, and you go to Prize Shop, there are 3 legendary Pokemon, 1 for 5,000, 1 for 6,000, 1 for 7,000, that being Hoopa, Terrakion, and Victini. Terrakion is probably the one that's most sought after here, but Victini is good as well. Hoopa's an interesting little thing. You don't really use it in competitive, so. For Terrakion and Victini, you want Jolly on both. Now, there are 2 other legendary Pokemon that I'm gonna go over in this video, and those are Meloetta and Jirachi. Meloetta is only found through Pokemon boxes, and you can find Pokemon boxes right down here. For 1,000 credits, you can either give Brody your money, or you could go buy them for, I believe they're around 3 mil in the global market. You have a 1% chance of rolling a Meloetta, and the best nature for that is Timid. And the last legendary Pokemon that we were gonna go over, and that's in the game, is Jirachi. Jirachi is 200,000 Philanthropist points in the Philanthropist Point shop. We are in Silphco. If you go over to this exchanger right here, there you go. There's a Jirachi. I only have like 6,000 points, so can't really do that. You get Philanthropist points by using World Blessings, using drop rates, topping off Altar, using item bombs, and using honey. And also portable PCs. I believe that I covered everything. If I didn't, please let me know down in the comment section. I'll probably like thumbs it up or something just so that people see it. But anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope this helped in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. Most of my videos don't. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Peace.